Mallory and I kind of met through the Red Nose Day broadcast that Widget Walls and Ken Plume did. They usually have a chat room along with it.
We basically got into an argument about what the most annoying song was, and that's pretty much where our friendship kicked off.
We didn't get along that well to start with. We give each other shit all the time. I guess I'd consider her my friend, but we don't get along at all.
What do you think would happen if you guys ever met in person?
I don't know. I think it'd be kind of awkward.
No, I think it's better, actually, that we've never met.
Just be like, yo, what's up? That'd be a lot of, not much. All right.
Chuck, hey Mallory, me. Punch right in the face.
Like, I don't know if I ever met them in person. I don't know what I'd do. I don't know if I'd be able to talk to them straight.
This is what I do. I sit down here, I talk with you, I talk with everyone. And, you know, for my mom, who isn't really into the whole, you know, chatting online thing, when she comes down the stairs, normally she sees my headphones on, and I'm just talking to a computer. But really, in my ears, I can hear everyone. She can't hear anyone. That's why she came up with the expression, your imaginary friends.
Our grandparents went to the cinema to spend an entire day for a nickel. Our parents watched television. The internet is engaging your brain in a way that it's not engaged just by watching television.
What made me decide to want to do a podcast is I've been wanting to do one for a long time.
Podcasting is a downloadable broadcast that is analogous to a radio show. Usually in MP3 format, podcasts are designed to be ingested audibly at the time the listener desires. The term podcast is a combination of the terms broadcast and the popular MP3 player, the iPod. As recording equipment is fairly affordable, podcasting has become a populist means of expression.
In fact, my sister and I were going to do one, and we tried it and didn't work out, and then Chuck and I got to talking about podcasts and how he was doing one with his brother.
We had been doing it for about a month, and he was running into some deadlines at school, so
I guest hosted one week, and we decided that us working together worked out, so we went ahead and decided to make it a regular thing.
Oh, I think I said a tweet on Twitter just saying that, like, I should start editing some people's podcasts because their sound levels were always so bad. Chuck sent one back. It's like, yeah, tell me about it, and we need an editor and all this. I'm like, sure, I'll edit for you. Why not?
So basically, you've got two things going on. In the event of a zombie apocalypse, you've got plenty of food.
Yes.
And
or there'll be a lot of zombie cows.
You're also thinning the herd. You're doing it for their own good. Like how
exactly.
People...
Oh, totally. Who wants a whole herd of zombie cows?
No one.
I think I might have mentioned this before, but the great democracy of the internet makes it possible for people just to take a clump of dirt, mold it into something that you might be able to show your friends and just post it up there, and it's for, the entire world can see it, and just instead of a small group of people. I think, well, you know this, Al, we've kind of made a nice little community of people, kind of based around it. There were some people who just kind of chatted a little bit before the podcast was made, but I think it's really solidified once we started posting it.
Back in the day, when teachers, like 2nd, 3rd grade, they tried to get you to do pen pals. With the internet, we have had conversations with people from Ireland, Hong Kong, Australia, all in one night. And actually at the same time.
It's never really made to be serious. It's just a few people having good fun. But when I mentioned that in the work the next day, they're like, "Oh right, yeah, your internet friends, as you call them." Like, yeah, they're nice. It's a very different friendship you have online. I think there's definitely people that you just are there to breeze by. Especially on Facebook, there's people who would add you because you played a hand of poker with them, and then you'd never talk to them again.
Really, I don't think I would have met any of the people who are on the Need Coffee staff if not for the internet. We're a bunch of people who get along and have a great time together, and we wouldn't know who the hell each other were, because, we've got people from Florida I wouldn't have met, people from even this area, because I never leave the house. There's people outside, and they're scary.
I started getting a lot of online friends when I was a member of a forum. So I met a lot of people through that. I'm still pretty good friends with most of them. We still text each other every once in a
while. I know some of the friends that I've met there now, and some of them that I've been lucky enough to actually meet tangibly. I do not consider them imaginary friends. I consider them friends. They're people that I have talked to. They're people I have engaged in. I don't know how many senses do you have to engage to consider someone to be a real friend? Do you have to touch them? Do you have to smell them? You know, until you are aware of their pheromones, are they not officially a friend?
That was too easy. We met online through Halo 2. I think we were randomly just playing matches, and eventually you run across people that you enjoy to play with. Sometimes you'll play with them a couple matches and you don't play with them again. And I don't know, we just started kind of having this, back and forth. They kind of had their group, and they kept on inviting me back to play with them online every time I got on. And since then, it's pretty much how we met.
Sometimes it's kind of sucks because me, Danny, and then Church, who lives close to us, if we'd be like, kind of hungry, let's quick run to Taco Bell, we'd be able to run and meet each other at Taco Bell. Well, Matt's down in Kansas, so he can't really.
Yeah, those are the moments. Those moments that you normally would invite your friends out to go do something with you. Hey, what are you guys doing this weekend? I'm gonna have some people. Oh yeah, I forgot. It takes you 8 hours to get here. I think you can really get to know somebody online, but I mean, there's so much you can hide online too. Yeah. You can just little quirks of yours that not necessarily of course big secrets, but little quirks that you can hide that you really have to be in person in order to.
That's one thing that's hard. Hard to keep track of people when you don't actually know half of their personality or what they look like or anything.
You can be anyone who you want to be on the internet. With the internet, you can just literally leave the entire world out there. On the internet, you can be whoever you want to be. If you want to be a nerd, go be a nerd. If you want to be a douchebag, be a douchebag. If you want to be a girly girl, be a girly girl.
With all of this communication of being able to interact with people wherever, of Ken and I being able to take part in Red Nose Day, which is a UK thing, which no one even really knows about in the US. I mean, you see these kind of borders going away. You look at the people online, and they're like their own little tribe, no matter where they are geographically or even sometimes politically or religiously. I hope that's going to be the future, is that the communication will cause everybody to just learn more about each other and then apply that knowledge to be less dickish.
Did you guys become better friends after meeting, do you think? Or
I think so. I mean, it's just because when you're talking to somebody online and stuff, it gives you a pretty good idea of who they are. But then when you actually are spending time with them, I mean, then you know really who they are.
Yeah, you get to see their actions and the way they carry themselves and just the way they react to certain situations opposed to just talking to them.
A couple of, a week when when my computer died, I didn't have the internet up, I felt so fucking alone. It's weird because I know you say it's called imaginary friends, but when you don't talk to these people, you have no contact with your friends. It's like you're stuck in an island or something like that, I'd much rather be outside the house with actual people that I know and like and stuff like that. But, when there's nobody around, and you're bored and you can't do anything and, you're able to talk to like-minded people, people who are pretty much in the same situation you are. If you don't have access to that, I mean, you're just kind of staring at the walls like, I wish I had somebody to talk to,
Anything that somebody does creatively, there's an audience for it somewhere on the internet. It's almost kind of hopeful. You know what? No matter how weird I am, there's somebody out there who has the same weirdness, and I'm going to be able to find them via the internet. It's crazy. It's kind of you know what? We're not alone in this world.
Here you are at last, to bring my cold, lonely soul sweet relief from my weary past. Always searching the one was you. And I beg you, come away with me. And together we will find a place to call our own. I can't wait to see what I can do with a laptop like you. For a laptop like